And I'm Andrew Chang. Tonight, Canada has its first death connected to the coronavirus.
I know it's also a lot to take in. People are having to figure out how they can work from home or close up shop temporarily. Parents are trying to explain to their kids what's going on and why school is canceled. Right now, the last thing anyone needs is to be worrying about how to make ends meet. People need to know they have support for their jobs, businesses, their industries. And that's what our government has been focused on since day one.
An elderly man in British Columbia has died as a result of the disease, and this country's first fatality came on a day of dramatic developments. We'll get to Italy, where the outbreak is so bad the entire country is now on lockdown. We'll get to California, where more than 200 Canadian cruise ship passengers are heading to quarantine.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Michael LeMay, and I'm the mayor of the city of Pembroke.
How has your daily routine been disturbed by COVID-19?
They've really been disturbed because, as you will be aware, we now have virtual meetings, so everybody's in their own homes. I've just started to meet with some individuals because of the phase 2, so we're able to put some people in City Hall, which is fairly large, so we can spread them out. So I'm able to have a few meetings that way, but it's slow.
What things have COVID-19 restricted you from doing?
What I normally like to do as mayor, as one example, is I'll visit the various businesses in the city of Pembroke to see how things are going. I miss doing that type of thing. Or I miss, for instance, going to visit somebody at their home. I may get a phone call. I miss that type of where you're able to communicate with one another directly.
How has your job changed in COVID-19?
I'm getting caught up in a lot of different type of paperwork. It gives me a chance to write a lot of thank yous to the people, which I have not been able to do because it's fairly busy. With the Zoom technology, it's easy to call a meeting and have all the counselors involved, or if we need a meeting with staff, that tends to work, but it's still not the same. So that's changed. Hopefully that'll start again soon.
How has your family handling COVID-19?
Well, until phase 2 was very difficult because I have 6 grandkids, so it's a case of that was by, so there would be my wife and myself at home. But now that we've got the bubbles or circles or whatever you want to call it, it's much better. And I'm hoping, because things have gone very well in the city of Pembroke because of our community following all the rules, that maybe within 2 weeks we'll be into phase 3. For instance, we'll be able to hopefully open the playground, so we'll be able to do more things. And if you want to get back into school in September, we want to make sure everything is great by then. It's difficult when things keep changing, so you'll have maybe the Premier of Ontario say one thing one day and you're all set for it, and then they'll make little changes. And so you get to understand how a virus can be very, very dangerous and how it changes constantly.
Thank you for your time and for being here and telling us about how you felt about COVID-19.
Well, thank you for the invitation, and I enjoyed it. And have a good day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm 13 years old and I'm from Pembroke, Ontario. My daily routine was very disturbed by COVID-19 because when school started, I'd usually wake up, get dressed, have my breakfast, and go to school. But now when I wake up, I stay in my pajamas, I grab cereal, and I go straight to my computer and do my work. But then after that, I just play games all day because I have nothing else to do and I can't really go outside. So I've done 3 sports that have all been canceled because of COVID-19. I was doing wrestling and we had this big, huge tournament coming up, but it got canceled by COVID-19, which kind of sucked because it's like a 2-day overnight kind of trip. We're going to Nova Scotia. That was going to be really fun, but we couldn't do that. play hockey, and same thing. We have a big tournament at the end of the year, also got canceled. And during the summer, I play rep soccer as a goalie, but I unfortunately couldn't do that this year. My mom works from home, which affects my schoolwork and my games, because when I'm playing games, I have to be quiet. And we also I play and she works in the same room, which I usually can't play. And during schoolwork, we use the same office, which it's usually back and forth who goes where, which kind of affects a lot of stuff, but I mean, you gotta compromise. So my favorite thing about COVID-19 was probably sleeping in, not having to wake up early and going to school. I could just do my own thing for school, and I kind of enjoyed that. The thing I hated the most about COVID-19 is that I was stuck in my house with my parents every day. Not fun.
Why?
Sometimes I just like to be alone, doing my own thing, playing games and be able to be loud and stuff. Some things I've been able to do during COVID-19 are, I've made a YouTube channel, a TikTok channel kind of thing, and I've been making these game associations which all my friends and I get to play on as like a little club thing. People are saying it's gonna be worse than the Black Plague, which is not. I was definitely 100% scared at one point when it first started, and then there's like, people getting infected all over the place, and like we're dying, and it's really kind of overwhelming. And I have small anxiety for big stuff like that, so it kind of got me like a little crazy, and I kind of just stayed in my room a lot. But after a while, I got used to it. So and it's slowly dying down now, which is amazing, which is kind of, a little easier now.
Hi, I'm Shrek and I live in your swamp.
No, I'm Donkey and you're Shrek. My name is Katie. I'm 11 and I'm from Pembroke.
My name is Nathan. I'm 12,000 years old.
And I'm from my mom.
I'm from Petawawa.
What have you enjoyed during COVID-19?
I have enjoyed spending more time with my family.
Who did you spend isolation with, and how did they handle isolation?
I spent it with my family like most people.
Spent it with the voices in my head. And the demon in my closet. No.
You can't go to like public gatherings anymore.
Coughing. It restricted me from coughing.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not even sick, you just cough, everyone's like, oh my god, they have coronavirus! They have coronavirus!
Talking to the camera. We need to break the fourth wall.
Oh,
okay? The COVID-19 superpower, if they were a villain, they would be able to make depresso espressos with a snap of a finger.
They would have the power of like the force to like, if someone tries to leave a building, since we had to stay at our houses, they'd just be like, no, access denied, and they'd lock the door.
And if someone like somehow sneaks out and COVID finds them,
picks them up and yeets them through the chimney. It's like, all right, I hope you guys have a chimney.
And if they don't have a chimney,
they just fall
smashes them through the roof.
Or they go through their window.
Yes, perfect. Can I put on a costume?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this makes my ears look even bigger than they are.
Nate, would you rather be a superhero or a supervillain?
A villain, probably.
I'm COVID-19 supervillain. Yo, I'm COVID. Bro, I want to kill everybody. Like, oh, this is my friend COVID Jr.
Did you guys get to hang out during COVID-19 isolation?
No.
Is this your first time hanging out?
Yeah.
Oh my god, tell me about it.
He's still skinny.
was done her chemotherapy?
Yeah, so I would come and visit the school every now and then.
Yeah, it was
'cause
very new.
It was like the beginning of grade 1.
Yeah, it was very.
I
was
had a
new
teacher
there.
named Miss Schultz, and I didn't even know who was in my class. Like I was there for
Until
like
we met.
10 minutes, and that's it. And like I don't know, I was there for a couple days.
Yeah, and
I
honestly,
started getting really sick
yeah.
every day. So then I went to a hospital. It turned out I had cancer, and then I had cancer treatment.
Yep, and she
And then I would
survived
visit
all
the
of it.
school. Yeah, no duh. I'm here, aren't I? Or is
I
this my
thought you were a
spirit?
hologram. Once me and her met, we were like partners in crime.
Yeah, I finally got to go back to school for like a full day instead of like half an hour. And I got to like play gym and everything.
Oh.
And then me and Nate were like interested in the same things, and he was like one of the first people that came up and said hi to me. He was really friendly. He was really funny. So he's my best friend. We started hanging out.
We found out about COVID like kind of at school before it got really big. I got home, took a shower, and went to bed.
But what really sucked, because of COVID-19, he was planning like ahead of time. His birthday's in like
Yeah, my
May.
birthday was in COVID.
And so
it sucked.
what we were planning, all of our friends, like we could have a sleepover at his house, like
that
bring our
would be so
electronics and play
And
video games.
if the May Fair
Minecraft.
wasn't canceled, we'd also do that.
We would do that, but no, COVID's like, no, screw you.
Yeah.
Get your plans out of my way. I have the new plans.
Me and my mom were planning to go to this little mini Comic-Con in Ottawa, but that got shut down, so heck you, COVID.
For his birthday, we did like a drive-by and we had a water balloon fight.
Yeah.
And I gave him some candy.
Yeah, I got tons of candy. I still have some left.
Did you share it with your brother, or did he try to steal it or
He
something?
tried to steal it, so did my mom actually.
It was nice.
I nailed her right in the butt with a water balloon. No wait, you hit me in the butt with a water balloon.
Yeah.
There we go. I am the future. Yeah.
I first heard it in school, in my classroom, and we did this, we watched CNN, and it would say it'd be getting worse, and we'd have to write down a little something every day about how it changed, and eventually, after March break, I never went back, and that was it. I was kind of looking forward not going to school, that way I like really miss my friends and wish I could go back. It's just you're so used to going there every day, and now it's like you wake up and you're like, oh, I have no school. You're like, huh? I just, get up, make my bed. I just kind of stay home more often now. I used to like go out more often to like my grandparents and cousins' houses, but now I can't really do that. I mean, I might visit them once in a while, but yeah, it's just kind of staying home mostly. Before I did Girl Guides, you have to be aware that, things change really fast, and you have to enjoy things like school and stuff, so that they could just all of a sudden, like it did before, just close down, and then you don't know when you're going back. You don't know if you go back in September or the fall. You never know. For a hobby, I like to make little movies and stuff, and with my guinea pig. Chewy, he's mostly grumpy, but I make movies out of him because he's so cute, and he's such a good actress, and he'll move around, and you'll have to give him a treat, and then he'll do what you want. So he's kind of just goes along with what you want him to do, and it's just fun editing and stuff and seeing all the things he does.
Which movie you made with Chewy is your most favorite?
It's either Fluffy Potter or Count Pigula. The thing I like least about isolation is that I can't really go to Ottawa anymore to you can't go places that you normally go. You can't generally sit inside of restaurants, and you can't go to school. You can't really see your friends unless you call them and ask them. But normally it's just, you're so used to going out and going to the store and quickly grabbing something, but now you have to, there's giant lineups and only so many people and hand sanitizer and all that. It's just kind of really complicated. I would just say maybe call your friends and your parents every day so that you're not always bored, and just do stuff around the house so that you're also not bored. It's just try to do things so that you don't get bored, and just try to have fun as you're at home and spend time with your families. If I was to have a pandemic survival / boredom kit, I would probably have coloring book, paint, and a small tiny canvas. But also I would have things necessary hand sanitizer, masks, wet wipes, and sanitary things, and probably Advil in case you were starting to get sick, just in case,
Hi, I'm Ella and I'm 11 years old. It was noisy at my house because there was multiple of us and there was a lot of things going on because my aunt wasn't working because she works at a school and she was trying to help us, but my brother couldn't do the schooling by himself, and there was lots of people trying to do it on a bunch of different computers using a lot of Wi-Fi, and it was harder. I first found out about COVID-19 when everyone was saying that there was not going to be school for a couple of weeks after March break. I was kind of scared for my Nana and my Grumpy because they're older and they were having a hard time before COVID-19, and then once it hit, I was kind of a little worried for them. Something that changed in my daily routine because of COVID-19 was the fact that I wasn't going outside as often. I was couldn't go visit my family. I couldn't see my friends. Wasn't going to school. I was happy that we weren't going to school at the first bit because it was giving us a break from all the math that we had to do. And then as it went on, it was getting harder because all the assignments that we hadn't learned yet, we were having to learn through the internet, and it was kind of more difficult because we would just usually put up our hand and ask the teacher, but we would have to email him, and then he'll set up a Google Meets, and then we'll have to ask him through the Google Meets. I learned that you have to be prepared for something to change or everything to change. This is the first time that I've experienced anything close to this. The relationships with my friends have changed a lot. Instead of we can't go meet up at school and start talking, we have to call each other, and we have to both be ready to call each other at the same time. So that's difficult.
So you sell bunnies and rabbits. Was it harder to sell them during COVID-19?
I had a couple of baby bunnies. Now that we're in COVID and people are home more, so they're taking care of pets more, it's a whole lot easier to sell the babies. What have you learned during COVID-19?
And you have to really think about others more than yourself, because a lot of people, might think that they're healthy enough to withstand getting it, but you don't know who you're passing it to, and just because you have a good immune system doesn't mean that others do. So I guess I've just kind of learned that everyone, I mean, I always knew everyone was pretty kind, but more and more people seem to be choosing kindness, which is nice to see.
After COVID-19, what do you think the future is going to be like?
During the future, I think it's gonna die down. People are gonna start forgetting, but some stuff are definitely gonna change. Like, people are definitely gonna have strict rules about washing your hands and all that stuff. A lot of stuff will be more controlled. And if something ever happens like this, I feel like the government and all that stuff will be more prepared. It's dying down, so just hang in there. You know, you just gotta keep doing what you're doing, be safe, and always wash your hands, wear a mask.
Hand washing, good. Coughing or sneezing, bad. No.
I think there'll just be some sort of cure for it, and then everyone will get the cure, and then things will go back to normal, just no more isolation.